Hey guys, this is Shane. I own and operate Nemesis Racing in Enoree, South Carolina. Just wanted to give y'all a brief description of what we do here and what we're trying to accomplish. Many people already know me locally. We've participated a lot in the stick shift Corvettes and stick shift races that's local to the area at Shadyside and stuff like that. But pretty much here at the shop, we pretty much specialize and deal in just in LS platforms, modern GM, that kind of stuff. We're not a full-time shop. This is what I do part-time. I have a full-time job at Gestamp, which is a BMW manufacturer. I'm a robotics technician out there. This is just something that I started doing for the love of it. I've always enjoyed hot rods and cars and going fast, so this is where this all began. Currently we have mainly two guys that are pretty much, I would say, all the time that help out. We have a designated tuner right now, also helping with the builds and stuff. When it comes to dealers for the shop, we pretty much have all the big names, Texas Speed, BTR, Fuel Injection Connection, Monster Clutches, TIG Performance. We have all those for anybody needing parts or has questions. We recently got joined up with Plasma Man, intake manifolds, all their billet couplers and stuff like that. I'm running one of their billet manifolds on my personal car, the silver C6Z. That hopefully I'll give you some guys some updates on pretty soon. The motor should be back possibly next week. If you want to stay tuned for that, I'll give y'all a good demonstration on what it is, what I plan to do with it, and how far I plan on pushing this thing. Currently in the shop right now, we have a C6Z that's got a full-blown Mammo build. We're waiting on some push rods for it. We have a C5Z that is a road race car. The individual was racing the car, and on the back stretch, the stock engine decided to let go, so it broke a rod and did a lot of damage. So currently we put a Texas Speed bottom end in it. The heads were fine. We just had to replace some bent valves and stuff like that, but the heads were good to go, so we should have it running in the next week, I would say. We've got two CTSV builds going on at the moment. One's just the one I'm going to work on today. I'll show you a little bit of stuff about it. And then the other one is going to go to Joker's Performance. We're going to send him the heads and the blower and get ported, and I'll give you some updates on it as we get started on it. It's also getting a D-Stec aux kit installed on it, so it should be a pretty wicked ride. It's a manual as well. And then we also have the Turbo F body that the customer has built himself. We're just kind of helping tune it and get it dialed in. The tune should be about ready now. We're getting off the wastegate and going to get ready to start really turning this thing up and making some power. So I'll keep you posted on that as well. He probably won't want to release numbers, but that's pretty typical nowadays. Some guys allow us to, and then some guys don't. So I'm sorry that a lot of these guys probably won't have their numbers released, but as a shop and as what I've focused on since day one is not releasing people's numbers, because a lot of these guys race and do stuff like that, so I'll keep that on the low. As far as my car goes right now, it's going to be a completely different car when it comes back out this year. Once I get the engine back and one other big ticket item, I'll go into a lot of details on it. We picked up a few sponsors this year on it. Supercharger Outlet sponsored us with the F1X. So once we get everything back and the car kind of gets on an upslope, I'll give you guys more details on it and go further in depth. I'm not one to hide stuff on my personal vehicle, so it'll be pretty much out there, and hopefully a lot of guys that have questions can maybe learn from my mistakes and also help me in the long term. So with that being said, I'm going to show you a few things that I'm going to work on today with this CTSV. It's nothing crazy, it's just a couple little changes, upper pulley, that kind of stuff. So appreciate you guys joining, and subscribe, and hopefully we can continue doing this and help everybody see kind of what we do and what we're about, and also, you know, help spread the word. All right, let's get to it. All right, guys, so I just wanted to take a second to show you guys what we're actually going to be installing. We're using actually the Metco products today. We buy a lot of our stuff from Mont Motorsports, so we try to keep them busy as they help us and we help them. Just to show you real quick, these are the products that we're about to install. This is a 2.5 upper. This is the additional pulley that helps assist with the belt wrap on these cars once you go to such a small pulley. As you notice here, this does allow you to change the hub with just removing the bolts. So if you wanted to go bigger or smaller, you could later on fairly easy. Everybody knows these cars are known for a failure with the isolator. It's spring loaded from the factory, so we'll be replacing it with the solid Lingenfelter. And I will keep you posted.